Good evening, Shastri sir. Hope you are fine, fit, well.
Good evening.
So, sir, welcome. First of all, welcome you to this YouTube channel of budding journalists. As you might have seen our previous episodes, perhaps we are trying to enlighten the budding journalists as well as the people who are interested, viewers who are interested in journalism, about the different aspects of journalism. So that is the basic motive or the aim behind starting this particular YouTube channel. And after a few episodes, we as a team thought that as far as Indian journalism goes, that is journalism in India goes, so it is very important to know certain gaps in the history of journalism, which perhaps were not that much addressed, or they were left forgotten knowingly, unknowingly. So, sir, the basic purpose for calling you here today is to talk to you and to get some information from you regarding the historical incidents. We are calling them incidents, historical incidents in India's journalism. So, with your kind permission, can I start with the first question?
Yes, sir. It's my pleasure to be with you on this YouTube channel, Budding Journalist. I've certainly seen your earlier episodes
Thank you.
also. And although I'm not from a journalism field, it's my pleasure to share my knowledge with the would-be journalist and the younger generation. Thank you very much for inviting me.
My pleasure, sir. My pleasure. So, starting with our discussion, as I know you for so many years, your storytelling format has been very effective. I have witnessed it so many times as an audience, and I am also a fan of you. So, can we start from the some examples of the independence period, where especially print media, you can call it, which was at that time, it played a very important role in pre-independence period, and which is not known by many people. Can we have some incidents?
Yes, certainly. The print media in India has done a fantastic role during our freedom struggle. Uh, One of the biggest example is naturally Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak, who was editor of two newspapers. The one is Kesari and another one is Maratha. But besides that, there are so many other newspapers which were published in Punjab and in West Bengal. Today we call it as West Bengal. At that time, it was the whole of Bengal,
Right.
and particularly the Bengali newspapers like Yugantar, Punjabi newspaper like Chattan. They have played a very big role in our freedom struggle. The Yugantar's 7 editors were taken into custody one by the Britishers. But the every time they used to arrest an editor, someone used to come. I tell you, in 1905, Yugantar's editor was arrested. Another gentleman joined him all the way from Lucknow. He traveled to uh, Calcutta
Calcutta.
and took charge of his editorialship. So that was the number of times the British asked the publishers, the owners, printers to shut down the printing and impose heavy financial penalty on it. But every time, the some or other way, they managed to pay it and keep the publication on. The papers like Jugantar was like Bhagavad Gita of revelationalism.
Great.
It is there. The papers like Kesari and Maratha, Lokmanya Tilak, for instance, faced three major trials against the British Raj. Out of that, in two trials, he was sentenced guilty. In first, he was sentenced for 101 days imprisonment in Dongri along with Gopal Ganesh Agarkar. And in second, he was transportation for 6 years to Mandalay,
Prison.
where he wrote the famous uh, criticism on Bhagavad Gita, that is Gita Rasya.
Gita Rasya.
Despite, look, we must understand this, that Lokmanya Tilak was imprisoned for 6 years. He was not there. He went to Mandalay. At that time, it was Burma. But the publication of Kesari continued. So and in fact, this is subject of long discussion, that what role the newspapers and the editors and those journalists played during our freedom struggle. It is really fantastic.
Absolutely, I agree with you, sir, because in those days the media was not at all developed. It was in a very primitive stage, especially only print journalism in India, and that too not with a very big network distribution and readership. Communication was absolutely difficult. So, with due respect to all the other efforts made by other editors and other newspapers and their contribution in India's freedom struggle, इनको पूरी respect देते हुए, Shastri sir, I would just like to take the talk ahead. Like, do you remember a few incidents after independence, you can say in the post-independence period, where media once again, print media again, for that purpose, print media once again, it strikes back and plays such a role that they become like historical incidents in India's journalism?
Yes, certainly. After independence, it took long time that we were introduced to electronic media. It was during the Mrs. Indira Gandhi's second tenure that we got to have the color TVs and all that. But print media, if you take, immediately after the independence, within 11 years of independence, it was the Indian media who struck with the first scam of Indian government. And that too, it was so big that one of the stalwarts of Indian government and the then Congress party, Mr. TTK Krishnamachari, was forced to resign from the cabinet. It is called as Mundra scam.
You mean to say it was just 11? It was just 11 years after independence that this
Yes, it was 11 years after independence, and this scam was hit or dug by one of the famous Indian journalists who is known for his writings and writings particularly on freedom of press. His name is Feroz Gandhi, the husband of Mrs. Indira Gandhi, and, father of Rajiv Gandhi.
Rajiv Gandhi, absolutely.
He was the man behind that, and in that, the Joint Parliamentary Commission committee was asked to see the relevance of the allegations made by the newspaper. It was not a very big scam. It was the amount of financial nature was maybe hardly, not even lakh of rupees.
Okay.
But the morality of the whole incidents was far big. ऐसे हुआ कि इन्होंने टीटी कृष्णमाचार्य ने, जो भारत के अर्थमंत्री थे, उन्होंने कुछ बातें अब उनके फ्रेंड्स को बताई कि जिससे मुंद्रा, जो कलकत्ता के बहुत बड़े बिजनेसमैन थे, उन्होंने LIC को बोला, जो सरकारी कंपनी है, उसको बोला अपने में निवेश करने के लिए, और उन्होंने कुछ फायदा कमाया. So ये जो था, जो द होल इश्यू वाज, टीटी कृष्णमाचारी ने कुछ एक पैसा खाया क्या? नहीं, उन्होंने एक पैसा भी खाया नहीं. लेकिन जो मॉरल बाइंडिंग जो थी कि गोपनीयता की शपथ ली है या जो सरकार के दायरे में रह के जो काम करना है उससे आगे बढ़ के उन्होंने कुछ काम किया और उससे इसके लिए जेपीसी ने उनको दोषी ठहराया, इतना कि उनको 22 साल की सजा हुई थी। एंड ये जो बड़ी बात है, उसके बाद ये 22 साल की सजा जो है वो हाईकोर्ट ने कम कर दी, या आगे जाके राष्ट्रपति ने वो उनको पार्डन किया, और उसके बाद टीटी कृष्णमाचारी वापस 1 साल के लिए वापस अर्थमंत्री बने। लेकिन तब तक उनका गरिमा और उनकी कीर्ति और ये सब निकल गया था,
खत्म हो गया था।
आज भारत के बहुत अच्छे फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर करके आपको पूछा गया तो आप कृष्णमाचारी का नाम भी नहीं लेंगे, इतने इतिहास उनको भूल गया है। दुर्भाग्य है कि वो इतिहास उनको भूल गया है। उन्होंने काफी अच्छा काम किया था, क्योंकि तभी फर्स्ट 5 ईयर प्लान इम्प्लीमेंट हुआ था, और तभी प्लानिंग कमीशन जो ये कर रहा था, वो जो नए भारत की जो नींव रखनी थी, वो काम टीटी कृष्णमाचारी ने किया था। बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली जैसे ही ये स्कैम आया, उन्होंने अपना घास ले लिया। इतिहास ने अपना घास जो लेना था वो लिया गया, और आज वो विस्मृति में चले गए।
राइट सर,
ये एक बात हो सकती है। दूसरी सबसे बड़ी बात अगर आपको मैं कहूं तो एक महीने भर की बात है, महीना भर नहीं, 15 दिन पहले की बात है, जब सभी वृत्तपत्र ने और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मीडिया ने इमरजेंसी की बात की। इमरजेंसी के टाइम पे मुझे याद है तभी कुछ न्यूज़पेपर्स ने अपना एडिटोरियल पेज ब्लैंक रखा था। अगर मैं गलत नहीं हूं तो इमरजेंसी जिस रात को डिक्लेयर हुई थी, उसके दूसरे दिन सवेरे इंडियन एक्सप्रेस का जो पेज आया, एडिटोरियल पेज आया, वो ब्लैंक आया। उसके बाद वही टाइम पे पूना ये एकमात्र शहर ऐसा है कि जहां एक नहीं, दो नहीं, 4 न्यूज़पेपर्स ऐसे निकले। जैसे केसरी था, हरिभाऊ कुलकर्णी उसके तभी एडिटोरियल बोर्ड के ऊपर थे, जयंतराव तिलक थे, लोकमान्य जी के प्रपौत्र। तो केसरी था, सकाळ था, विशाल सह्याद्री था और प्रभात। ये तीनों न्यूज़पेपर्स ने अपना एडिटोरियल पेज इमरजेंसी के खिलाफ ब्लैंक रखा था, और ये एक बहुत बड़ा प्रोटेस्ट माना जाता है, और वो उन्होंने किया। लेकिन पूना में साधना करके जो साप्ताहिक था, उन्होंने और ये ऐसे कुछ वर्तमान पत्र ने इमरजेंसी के खिलाफ बहुत बड़ी जंग दी है, और बहुत बड़ी प्राइस उन्होंने उस टाइम पे भी दी। लेकिन आज लोगों को उतना वो उसके बारे में लोग जानते नहीं है। ये बहुत खेद की बात है।
Absolutely, sir. The purpose behind taking this episode itself is the people should realize those, as I said, I'm repeating, the forgotten or the slightly those events, those incidents which took a back stage in the history of India's journalism. And I'm very sure, शास्त्री सर, हम अभी जो बात कर रहे हैं, स्पेशली जो अभी के इमरजेंसी के पहले का जो हमने इवेंट लिया, I know Shastri sir doesn't speak without evidences. Is that true?
That's true. We must have that kind of a thing in our hand, because unless and until we show it to our younger generation, आज हम कोई भी वृत्त संस्था को या कोई जर्नलिज्म को 4th पिलर ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी कहते हैं, तो उसके लिए अपने हाथ में प्रूफ होना जरूरी है। मैं एक छोटी सी बात आपको बोलता हूँ कि ये इमरजेंसी का अपना ये चालू था। महाराष्ट्र के मुख्यमंत्री थे शंकरराव चव्हाण, एंड शंकरराव चव्हाण वाज वन ऑफ द वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट चीफ मिनिस्टर, एंड ही वाज द फर्स्ट फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर of Maharashtra also, who started zero budget scheme, zero budget. उसके ऊपर उन्होंने वो सब चालू किया था, जो आज भी माना जाता है। शंकरराव चौहान का नाम बहुत आदर से महाराष्ट्र में लिया जाता है, पर्टिकुलरली इन द फील्ड ऑफ इरिगेशन एंड ऑल अदर एग्रीकल्चर एंड इरिगेशन जो उसमें लिया जाता है। तो ऐसे ये मुख्यमंत्री जब थे तभी 1975 में रेलवे का संबंध, जिसको चक्का जाम बोला जाता है, जॉर्ज फर्नांडिस ने चक्का जाम कर दिया था। पूरे भारत में रेलवे का पूरा नेटवर्क स्टैंड स्टिल पोजीशन पे आ गया था और सरकार ने बहुत बड़े पैमाने पे कोशिश की थी कि चक्का जाम न हो। और तभी every day Shankarrao Chauhan used to take a press conference and inform the gallery that yes, the railways is running well, and today the Central Railway has made so many up and down trips as also Western Railway. एक पत्रकार थे जो हाल ही में गुजर गए, उनका नाम था दीनू रणदिवे। तो दीनू रणदिवे, ये दीनू रणदिवे साहब तभी महाराष्ट्र टाइम्स में थे और इन्होंने शंकरराव चौहान के प्रेस रूम में वो जाके बैठे, पत्रकार परिषद चालू हुई और जैसे ही शंकरराव चौहान ने कहा कि आज रेलवे ने करीब 100 ट्रिप्स अप एंड डाउन की, तो उन्होंने उनको कंप्लीट करने दिया और उन्होंने उसको कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट किया कि इतना हुआ है। तो सब ऑफिसर्स तो वहां थे ही, उन्होंने बोला हाँ सर ये बराबर है, 100 का जो फिगर आया है वो बराबर दिया है। एंड देन ही सेड नो, this is the information what is supplied by your officers is wrong, because I have sat at Dadar railway station from 8 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the evening, and I have marked each and every train which passed through Dadar railway station. I have the numbers.
So that journalist was sitting at the railway station and verifying and preparing a list of the trains which passed that station. And in the evening, in the press conference, he took an objection against the CM, who was claiming that all the trains were running at the right time.
The right time. See,
because he had that data, he had that dedication. He went and sat on the railway station.
Yes, he went and sat at the railway station, and he contradicted not a small person, not a officer or a PRO, but he contradicted the chief minister of one of the state. The next minute, it so happened, the press conference was called off.
Because as far as I know, sorry to interrupt you, Shankarrao Chauhan, the CM, that then CM, was addressed as the principal, isn't it?
Yes, that is true. Headmaster, बाकी के इसमें भी due because of his strictness.
Yeah.
At one time, he was called as a headmaster. Yes, that's true.
So how a single journalist can, you cannot say challenge, but he can object a senior authority like a CM as far as the infrastructure and the day-to-day life of human beings or the citizens goes, how effective a journalist can be, even for a CM. So this is a very exclusive example, sir. I would just like to move towards the later part of this discussion. You had once told me about an actual incident related to the practice of sati and the role played by media in that particular field. Can you just repeat it for the audience?
I can cite up 2 incidences in this. The first one regarding one of the very tragic incident which happened in India, in Rajasthan, in 87-88, in Rajasthan. 16-17 years old girl lost her husband, and her family members or others, her Jat Panchayat, it is said that she burnt herself with the body of her husband, which we call it as sati. ये सती की प्रथा जो थी, ये 19वें साल में काफी ज्यादा प्रचलित थी, जब 1757 में अंग्रेजों ने प्लासी के जंग के बाद बंगाल प्रोविंस पूरा अपने हाथ में लिया, तो उसके बाद बड़ी मेहनत से उन्होंने ये सती का कानून करके इस प्रथा को बंद किया था. बट this young girl, her name was, if I'm not mistaken, her name was Roop Kaur.
Roop Kaur.
Roop Kaur. And the district was Sikar in Rajasthan.
Okay.
And once this incident happened, then there were a lot of controversial game played in India. One of the fraction from the society glorified the event. Another fraction of the society, and particularly the newspapers in India, condemned that, and they took up that as a challenge. And एक सामाजिक प्रबोधन इतना हुआ कि जितनी भी स्त्रियों के बारे में काम करने वाली संगठनाएं थी, वो सब एक साथ आई और वो सरकार के पास चली गई, और बाद में इसके बारे में एक कानून सरकार को पास करना पड़ा. मैं अध्यादेश नहीं बोल रहा, जो जिसको राष्ट्रपति निकालते हैं वैसा अध्यादेश जारी नहीं करना पड़ा, बल्कि संसद में एक बिल लाके एक कानून वैसे पास करना पड़ा. ये जो सफलता जो थी, उसकी पीछे यहाँ के इंडिया के अपने देश के वर्तमान पत्रों का बहुत बड़ा योगदान रहा, ऐसा मेरा मानना है.
मीन्स हाउ मच,
अगर मैं ले लूं तो बहुत पुरानी बात नहीं है, लेकिन जहां इंडियन मीडिया played a very important role. I'll take you back to the 1999 incident, the famous Kargil War.
Okay.
And yes, we saw the Irani-Iraq war brought to us by CNN channel.
Right.
But when it happened in India, Indian media was equally strong, equally bold, and equally covered that the whole episode, whether it was Tololing, whether it was point 5204 or the famous Tiger Hill battle, Captain Vikram Batra roaring from the top of Tiger Hill, "Ye Dil Mange More," was made famous by Indian TV. This was Indian TV. This was no other it was not a foreign channel. It was Indian media who captured him on his lens. And उसकी वजह से कारगिल का हर एक जवान, कारगिल का हर एक हीरो अपने दिल में जाके बैठा हुआ है. That is the
strength
the media played. आज भी इंडियन मीडिया के ऊपर, टीवी के ऊपर आप जाइए या कहीं भी 26 जुलाई के आसपास इंडियन मीडिया में टाइगर हिल के ऊपर जो घमासान संघर्ष हुआ, उसके बारे में बहुत कुछ छप के आता है, या कारगिल के बारे में ये सब रिकॉर्डिंग्स उनके पास जो है वो लोगों को दिखाए जाते हैं. और मैं ये मानता हूं कि इससे काफी बड़ी मात्रा में अपने नौजवान जो है उनको इस बारे में, ये युद्ध के बारे में मालूमात होती है, और जो इंस्पिरेशन जो मिलता है वो काफी हद तक ये इसमें से मिलता है, और ये पूरा इंडियन मीडिया ने किया है.
सर,
वो मानना ही पड़ेगा.
It was so interesting.
I was fortunate to witness this with a very close angle, because I had traveled during those days to Dras, Kargil, and Mashko Valley on 100cc Kawasaki Bajaj, and we stayed there almost for a 21 days period. So I've seen all these reporters taking interviews of on various channels of various Jawans, officers, and other people, and it is something very great that they did.
So interestingly, sir, as far as today's episode goes, We started from the role of India's journalism, or you can say we started with the role of journalism from the pre-independence period, where the media, the field of journalism, it fought for the independence of the country. And the last example, as you quoted, so there, that was the example where still the media continues to protect the country. It stands in the interest of protecting the nation, in national interest, and connecting the people to the armed forces. So
Yes.
I absolutely agree with the point you said in between, that this is a very short span. And I know we call, most of us who know you, we call you an encyclopedia of Indian history. So I absolutely agree with you that it is very difficult to put all the incidents in one small episode. But I do hope that we will keep on meeting in various contexts, perhaps in the further episodes or on some other platforms. But very, very from the bottom of my heart, I wish to thank you so much for finding time and sharing all the
Thank you. And
things,
best of luck for everyone.
your experience which you had for so many years with our budding journalists and those all those who are interested in the field of journalism and mass communication. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Jai Hind.
Thank you, Jane.